Alright guys, so I want to make this separate video here to try to emphasize to you the perfect storm that was and still is GME, right? Before I start, of course I own these stocks. I love the stocks and I just love follow the story, right? And of course, there's the potential that it could squeeze to the moon. Who knows? But I'm here for the long run about the fundamental of the company. I think they could do a lot better. I think they can be positioned very well. It's especially in the NFT marketplace. All right. So, what was this perfect storm that caused of all of the broker? Now, Robinhood was the main one, but I like to point out that all of them had trouble selling you the amount of GME that you need. If you were able to buy GME at that time, you would only be able to buy 5 at a time, 6 at a time, 10 or whatever they were. It was a mess back then. Okay. Now Robinhood got the brunt of it because they were majority retailer who bought the stock from Robinhood, right? And so that's why. And of course, they're probably over leveraged and they were allowing people to do an instant deposit and lever himself up 2 to 3 times or something like that. But anyway, it was crazy. So GME has high short interest. Okay, high short interest, right? And then gamma ram option chain, right? It has Wall Street bet, right? Wall Street bet. Okay. And then it has, what was the other perfect storm? Positive catalyst. Because catalyst could be negative as well. Okay. Why is it positive? Path to profit. Right? So to me, this is the most important one. So I'm going to put a star next to there. I'll come back to it. What else do we have there? We have active investor, right? Of course, Ryan Cohen, Michael Burry, right? And many other ones that jump in. Of course, he went out. New leadership, right? I point that out. Leadership. Okay. So we have new leadership there. Okay. And then what else? I guess like that could be underneath this umbrella here, but of course those are catalysts nonetheless, or the perfect storm that is GME. Elon Musk tweet, right? Most people don't realize that he's helped contribute with that. And then of course Chamath, I might spell his name wrong. So that was the tweets regarding GameStop, right? So that's the big catalyst right there as well. And then what else? You have stimulus check, right? That went out. Of course, like the majority went to rent and all that stuff, but I'm sure some people have some money left. Okay, so we have the lockdown, right? People are staying at home and getting bored. So what do? They go online and try to find stuff to do, and that was the most popular thing to do at the time. So the lockdown. Okay, and then most importantly, we have retail unity. Okay, we have this right here as well. So I think this is most important. This is most important. Cost to run. this is the most important as well. Of course, that again under this umbrella right here. These three. Okay. And so this is the perfect storm that caused the price to just jump and the short to be scared enough to, remove the buy button. Okay? Was it solved yet? I don't think so. And this is why there's such an effort to steer volume away from this. Anything but this. And then now you have other stock like BBBY, right? You have, BBBY, BBIG, AMC, of course, right? And now that AMC is kind of like exhausting that front, they're moving on to BBBY, okay? Madcore was trying to push it as well, trying to, use Ryan Cohen image and the fact that he used to buy the stock and then dump it again, and perhaps trying to use him to pump it up again. And so I disagree with that. He did an interview, months back, saying that he's out of it, and I think he mentioned something about standing still, with the board and the CEO there, that he make the decision to sell out because he know that, again, I mentioned it before, that management was not willing to change according to his demand, right, as a shareholder. So he left. Okay. Now, of course, there's speculation as well that, he's going to buy the bonds or whatever. But if you know that the company's going to go bankrupt or going to have to file for Chapter 11, why wouldn't you just wait until the end? Why buy it now? It just doesn't make any sense. And even if you jump in, retail is not going to be benefiting from that, because if they file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, shareholder is done, especially retail shareholder. All right, let's listen to Newton here on this point.
The next thing I wanted to talk about is also within the letter, again, very timely. I was talking about essentially, slander being done by the media or via this short and distort campaign, the deliberate obfuscation of the cycle behavior. And, we see, again, all these articles coming out just after I put out that video about Ryan Cohen buying into Baba or whatever, all these different companies, as GameStop rips up randomly 6.5%, right? So like, what's going on here? It seems obvious that the media is engaging in. And someone asked in the comments, like, could you prove that, or is it really illegal? It's totally illegal, number one. So for social media companies specifically to detrend GameStop or, in any way interfere in the publication of like news or other stories related to GameStop is a violation of Section 230, right? So they cannot be a publisher. They have to be a platform, like, and allow, free, dissemination of the public's thoughts and so forth. As soon as they start stifling conversation or interfering in conversations, they're a publisher, right? And they have to own up to that. And they lose a lot of their protections under the First Amendment if they choose to do that. So it's illegal for them to, try to walk both lines to, shut down conversations on one side, but then seek First Amendment protections on the other side. They can't do both. For the media to be maligning GameStop and negatively impacting the GameStop brand, or putting out fake news about Ryan Cohen is illegal, especially if they're collaborating, because it's consistently like the same people. The Wall Street Journal was involved today, Yahoo News and CNBC, right? So why are they doing this? Why is it cyclical? What's going on here? And I think that, there'd be a lot of legal recourse that could, or, a lot of legal stuff that could be going on here.